So it's minus 3 degrees Celsius, which is below freezing. But these bees, I think the sun reflecting off the snow really triggers their cleansing instinct. A bit of light comes in and they say, hey, what's going on? And they follow the light. Oops, there's a scare shot. Now they come out of the hive. These ones aren't flying yet, but they're definitely getting out for some fresh air. There's some bees over in this other hive that are flying. Oh, they're flying. Flying now. So these are the bees in my polyhive, and they're definitely flying around today. I think that bottom entrance is, I thought it was clogged, but it's actually fairly cleaned up. Yeah, they're getting out today, so that's cool to see. I was concerned that the bees, when they didn't need to get out for cleansing flights, they would have a hard time clustering up here, coming all the way down here. But looks like they're making it happen. What I really want to look at is this hive. This is a nuke. A nuke that's been buried in snow and ice basically all winter. It was always an iffy proposition trying to keep them alive all winter. And I haven't seen them flying for a while. And I can't get my camera in there because the snow is still pretty high and I can't just get down and take a good look. So I'm going to put my cheap microphone onto the cell phone here, poke it in the hole there, and we'll see if I can at least hear them. I hope they're still alive, but I don't know if they are. Alright, well, they're coming out. I don't need to stick the microphone down the hole, but let's do it anyway. Okay, so hopefully we got something there. I'll take a listen to it later. Look at these bees, man. They're cooking. This is great. It's always reassuring to see the bees come back to life in the spring, because you never know. I'm also pleased to see that this funky paint job that I gave to this polyhive is working. It's keeping the woodpeckers away from the hive. They were pecking at it every chance they got, and now I don't see anything. No. I got bees landing on my face, though. It's one of those days. But anyway, yeah, looking good. I'm going to go check on one of my other hives now. This is my other hive. Anyway, it's a nice strong colony, as far as I know. And I haven't checked on them. Actually, I did. I checked on them a little while ago. I lifted the top off. I'm tempted to give all of my bees some pollen now, but it's a bit. It's March, 6 weeks from now. Yeah, it's still a bit too early to give them some pollen because I just don't think they're gonna have much to forage on in 6 weeks. But there we go. Look, let's just pop the top off here. So they're doing good. They're fine. Oh, daddy. Okay, well, they're clustering up top. And there's a whole lot of them clustering up top. See that? You give them a little bit of fresh air. Hello. I just hope they're in a good mood because I'm just sitting here. I would like to remove that duct tape. Okay, I just had a bee flack into my head there. I was going to check on them. I was going to stick this endoscope up the hive, but I'm not going to do that now. Anyway, I'd like to get rid of that. Oh, I just got pooped on. That landed on my nose. So anyway, I'm going to see if I can remove this duct tape without getting stung. Man, did I ever get it? Well, you know, when you get pooped on the nose, ugh, it stinks a bit more. It might stink a little bit more than you might think. But anyway, let's just I'm gonna just leave them alone for a second because see they're a little bit, yeah. See that bee? It's moving a little bit fast. When they move fast, that's for me that's a sign that they could be slightly agitated. But I think these bees just want to get out for cleansing flights. Do they ever? So I just popped out that hole too, and they're coming into that hole. I got bees crawling in my hair, and I got poop. I'm gonna have to go clean off my jacket. Well, doesn't look like much, but it stinks. Woo! All right, I think they're in a good mood. And they're everywhere. And I'm sure a whole bunch of them are gonna get stuck outside and, man, they're pooping everywhere. They're gonna get stuck outside and freeze to death, but that's the way it goes. So let's just see. I wish I had my good camera for this. But anyway, I'm just gonna pull this tape off. Oh man. Yeah, I got pooped on again. I just don't want them getting stuck on that duct tape. Yeah, I think all the drones are gone by this time of year. Whoa! It's funny, like when a bee whizzes by your ear, your instinct is to kind of go, whoa! But that just happened to be where they flew. I'm gonna just shake these bees off. Hold on. Actually, no, I don't want to potentially agitate them, so I'm just gonna leave it alone like that. So anyway, they're getting out for cleansing flights. And oh man, I'm getting pooped all over the place. It's like rain falling on me now. That's a lot of bees suddenly coming out. Anyhow, that looks good. They're coming out for water too. Jeez, I got bees whizzing past my face the whole time here. Looks like those bees are coming in. So they're going to come out and get some water, and I'm going to take some of this snow and just put it right up here on top of the hive, and it'll melt, and that'll give them something to drink. And they don't need like a big bucket of water because they're little tiny bees. They don't drink that much. There we go. Now that'll warm up and they'll drink that water and off they go. And this is great to see them come out. Look at them. They're everywhere. Now, as long as they've got enough sense to get back into the hive and not freeze to death. Because I think the bright light reflecting off the snow tricks them into thinking it's warm outside, and then they get outside and it's cold. And then they can't fly back. That's a lot of bees flying over there now. I hope they come back to the hive. They may not, but they're everywhere now. So it's below freezing right now, though it might not be below freezing in this particular little bee yard. It's got the sun shining on it and it's pretty sheltered. But I think the temperature for bees to fly it's supposed to be 12 degrees or something like that, 12.3 degrees Celsius. And that's absolutely just not the case. I think that might be, oh man, I got poop in my hair now. That 12.3 degrees or whatever it is might be what their flight muscles need to be in order to fly. But I don't know if the air temperature needs to be that temperature. I think it's just they need to be that temperature to fly. And these bees are everywhere. What are they doing? Look, this is poop. So something I'll do at the end of today too is I've gotten into doing this is when they get out for these massive cleansing flights. Like look at this, right? There's poop everywhere. But when they get out for these massive cleansing flights, and they're pooping all over like surfaces like this, the tops of the hives and everything else. At the end of the day, I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to take a bit of vinegar and a sponge, and I'm just going to clean off all that poop, because if it's another warm day tomorrow and they come out to fly, they could pick up the pathogens in this poop, like nosema spores and other things that can make them sick. Because, eating your own poop isn't really a good thing. And they could do that. They could actually accidentally just pick it up and bring it back to the hive and make themselves sick. And this being a dark color, this this dark green. I think they land on this because it's warm. It gets hot in the sun. And then you see them over here all clumping together and wondering what's going on. But yeah, I think they're warming up in the sun. They're getting up for poop. And now they're just cleaning their legs and things. Like you see them cleaning themselves like this when they're collecting pollen. When they're scraping the pollen. And I think that's just their general behavior for cleaning. And it just happens to work well for collecting pollen. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. So this is a cell phone shot, so I'm not really getting the best here. But anyway, yeah, and you'll see them get out. It's fun to watch them. Like, watch these two. So they just start licking each other and touching each other and making sure everything's okay. And spreading their scent around so that they all know each other. I don't know what that bee's doing to that other bee. Usually you'll see them come together. Let me see if I can find her. Usually they come together head to head and they start exchanging fluids between their tongues. Let's see what these ones are doing. There we go, right there. They're doing it. See that? They're touching. Their tongues are touching and they're just flicking each other. They're just getting a taste of each other. There we go. Maybe not. But yeah, they all get out and they all just sort of, bump into each other and say, "Oh, good to get out." I think they're first of all they're tasting fresh air. They're getting all the poop out of their systems, cleaning out their guts. Some of them are going to drink some water to help clean out their guts even more. And I've got bees laying on me, pooping on me, doing everything. Now, here we go. So this is what I like about beekeeping. It's just fun. It's fun to watch what they do when they're just doing other things that aren't just, collecting honey and stuff. Or collecting nectar and things. So what we got going here, you can see this bee, that bee is scenting. These ones down here are scenting. That one right there is scenting, but also they're all scenting, and you can see the last segment of their abdomens, their butts there, what we call their butts, technically. Their last segment is bent and cracked open, and they're sending out what they call the Nasonov pheromones. This guy got the name a pheromone after himself, but it's basically it's a scent that says that's all the other bees know where the home is. So all that we can't see it, but all the invisible scents, the smell of the hive is wafting up through the air and floating over here and over here. And all these bees that are just randomly flying around will pick up on it and hopefully find their way back home. But it's cold, and a lot of them won't. And I got bees. Get out of my hair. Yeah. So yeah, there they go. Sent away. Look at those. Look at them go. This is the kind of thing I could record this for 20 minutes and watch the whole 20 minutes of this clip of the bees just doing this, which sounds boring, but you learn a lot from just watching the bees like that. At least I do. Anyhow, so that was unexpected. I didn't think they were going to come out quite enthusiastically as that, but it's cool to see them out. And I'll just leave this alone for the rest of the day. Let them get out for cleansing flights. Woo, what a day. Okay, so it's later in the day. And I'm here to plug up. Oh, look at this, nice. No dead frozen bees stuck to the side of the shed. I love it. Let's see, any down on the ground? No, looks good. They all got back in. Way to go, bees. Didn't happen last time this happened. They went out for some cleansing flights and they didn't get back inside their hive. Look at this. Wow. Tell you, those scenting bees really did their job because There's no, that's almost too strange. There's no dead bees in the snow. How'd that happen? Anyway, they all swarmed away. That's what happened. So I'm gonna take this plug, fancy plug I got going here. I don't want them to get cold. Don't release all that heat. I should have plugged that up a little bit earlier when it was still really sunny and warm. So this is I'm still running basically this as a condensing hive that basically it doesn't have a top entrance. And there we go. I'm putting this over the top of the bottom entrance, the blocking strong winds. We've got more snow coming our way, so I'm just trying to help them out. But no, I was expecting to see poop everywhere, and there's none. Poop and dead bees, and it's like they. I gotta take a quick listen to see if there's still bees in this hive, because what's going on? I just stuck my ear to the side of the hive, and they're buzzing, so they're in there. Yeah, I should have plugged that up sooner because I can tell it's too cold right now. But they'll be fine. The sun's coming out again tomorrow. It'll heat up the hive. They'll be fine. My only concern, I suppose, is when you do something to release the heat during cold weather, and the queen has been laying eggs and spreading out the brood nest. If suddenly they get cold, the bees have to cluster, and they might have to abandon brood on the edge of the brood nest. Though usually there's not that much brood on the edge of the brood nest this time of the year. So I think they're probably okay. But anyway, that's it. Looking good. Like, what is going on? There's not a single bee got caught out in the cold? I've never seen that happen before. That is very strange. But good enough.